I think we're playing really good basketball right now. We're sharing the ball offensively. We were really disappointed with our ball movement in Boise. We had 14 turnovers to just 10 assists, and obviously we flipped that pretty good tonight with 22 assists and only turning the ball over 4 times. And kind of like last year's team right now, we're doing a really good job taking care of the ball. To only have 4 turnovers and score 93 points is really hard to do because we are trying to play with a certain pace and rhythm to the game. And, offensively, I'm really, really happy with how we played and was really happy with how we played defensively in the first half. Felt like we got a lot of things we have to clean up defensively from what we saw in the second half, but really good shot selection from 3. Us getting the ball in the paint is the formula that we found. 4 or 5 games ago, if we get a paint touch and get and then kick it out for a 3, we're a much better 3-point shooting team. And we got to get to the foul line more. We didn't draw enough free throws attempted tonight, and that's uncharacteristic of us. But we'll look to try to improve in that as we get ready to go on the road and play Colorado State.
Questions for Coach? Can you talk about Cody's play today?
Cody's really played, phenomenal. I mean, he's shooting the ball really well. He's been shooting really well in shooting drills in practice, and he's got good arch and his follow-throughs. He's following through with a high hand. And, I just think our team is kind of figured out, who we are offensively, and they're really comfortable in their roles right now. And we're running some plays for him as well. I mean, tonight we ran some dribble drive plays for him to try to get him to the basket. And, you look at a guy and he plays 36 minutes and has 7 assists and just 1 turnover and 4 steals. Oh, and by the way, scores the ball pretty good. I mean, he's playing as well as anyone in the country at his position.
What does getting the ball in the paint and getting it back out, what does that do for you guys?
Well, I think, Joe, that we have inside guys. I mean, it's no secret that almost every game we throw the ball into Trey Porter as much as we can and as often as we can early in the game. And then I think that just kind of opens things up because he's a really hard cover down low and people have to double team him. He draws attention, and then I just think it opens up the floor. And I don't know if I shared with you guys, but some camera I've shared with, I know for sure that, 30 paint touches is what we are trying to get Caleb to do instead of stand on the perimeter. Tonight he had 32 paint touches, and that's either cutting without the ball, dribbling into the paint, or dribble driving. And, I think that that's really why he has been a high-volume free throw attempt player the last 2 games.
Getting them to pass into that zone, was that a process that they had to mentally get past?
Yeah, and we made some adjustments. We talked about, and the guys all know that I was searching and trying to struggle to try to help, and we have way more movement against the zone right now. Looking at overseas national teams' sets has really, really helped us on where to get the ball and how to move it and how many passes to get the ball from first side to second side to third side. And so I think our guys have adapted to it really well, and they're sharing it against that zone.
Any more questions?
Is this as well, have you guys played out here these last 3.5 games, I think?
I think so. I mean, I think that, we're playing at a clip like we did last year right now. The thing that I just told our guys, though, is, we're getting ready to go play Colorado State, and every game has its own identity. Colorado State won big tonight on the road, and they have a lot of shooters. And just like every game we go play, we have 5 road games left, and I'm sure all 5 will have really good crowds. And we have to withstand runs when the other team has an energetic crowd, and it's a Super Bowl for them.
Was that last game against Boise, was that a motivating factor tonight as far as focusing everybody?
Yeah, it was really interesting because, we obviously got to give Boise a lot of credit for the game at their place. I mean, they hung around. They made a run late in the game. Having said all that, we felt like we really didn't. I mean, it's just really uncharacteristic of us to have 14 turnovers and only 10 assists. And so that was a big point of emphasis, was us moving the ball and taking care of the ball and trying to get a shot on goal. And then I thought we rebounded the ball a lot better as the game progressed as well.
Do
Given how physical the game was today, Coach, are you surprised at just the 4 turnovers?
No, I mean, I think that's it's a great question, but I think you look back, and I've said it 100 times. Cincinnati's as physical as any team in the country, and when you're down 20-some points in a Sweet 16 type environment or trying to get there, it's we only turn it over twice against Cincinnati, and I think that Cody, Caleb, JC. Because JC had 7 turnovers last time against Boise alone, and tonight as a team we had 4. Because when we put that thing in the middle of the zone, they did a good job of swiping from behind, and so we made an adjustment and got a couple lobs tonight, playing ghost. We call it the ghost man behind the backside of the zone. And this is who we are. I mean, we're a low turnover team for 4 years. And we want to get a shot on goal, and sometimes we take some bad shots, but we feel bad shots are better than live ball turnovers.
Which 22 assists on 35 made baskets. How important is that ratio? It's kind of a behind-the-scenes stat, but how important is that ratio for your guys?
Yeah, I think it's really important. I mean, because it's contagious. When one guy shares it, another guy shares it. And I don't know the totals of our passes. We've made no secret that 200 passes is a formula we try to get to every night. I'm going to assume tonight that we hit that mark and some. But yeah, I think anytime you have a high percentage of assists to field goals, you're in good shape.
How often do you guys hit the 200? You've played, 22 games now, not counting tonight?
I'd say probably 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's hard to get to. Really hard to get to. It's a lofty goal. It's hard to get 100 and a half, too.
Did you say Caleb had exactly 30 touches in the paint? Is that
32.
32.
Yep. The goal was 30, yep. Yep.
Do you think, even the way you guys are playing lately, you guys are getting enough the national attention you guys think you deserve, or do you think that people are overlooking you guys maybe a little bit right now and not really talking about Nevada?
No, I think people are. I mean, it's hey, look, like when we lose a spot in the, when we go from 7 to 8, we can't control it because somebody else is playing somebody else that's highly ranked. So, it is what it is, but I would, I don't have the stats in front of me, but, top 10 in the country from opening or from preseason, the first preseason poll till today, we've been in the top 10. So I would say that, I think that it's, we don't really feel that way. We think that everybody that's really involved in college basketball has been respecting us, and some of the comments by some of the national people, I think it's pretty fair what's going on. And again, we don't like to drop when we win, but we are a mid-major, and we got to fight and scrap for everything we possibly can, because that's just kind of who we are.
Any more questions for Coach? Thank you.
It was different this time versus the last time we played Boise State.
We just came out with a lot more energy. I think we were a lot more focused and really keyed in defensively. We allowed those guys to score over their averages last time over there in Boise State, and I guess we took pride in really trying to lock down and play defense, and then it helps that our offense was clicking as well.
It was a kind of a physical, little bit of a testy game. I think both benches, had some complaints and all that. Was it surprising that it got physical to you, or were you guys kind of expecting that?
Honestly, I don't even think it was really that physical. I think it was just, two teams trying to play hard, and, things happen when two teams are playing their hardest, and, they came really close last game. We only beat them by 1, and, they were really trying to compete, and they were trying to get us this time. And, we were playing just as hard or even harder to make sure that didn't happen, and, that type of stuff happens.
What's it like watching Trey Porter drain from the top of the key?
It was funny because he practices his threes all the time, and we get on him because he practices them and he never shoots them. So, it was actually fun to see him actually hit one. He pointed it up to the crowd and everything. So, that really got the crowd going, early.
And you hit yours, and I think you guys had 6 different players hit them and shot well overall. I think that arrow is going up, it looks like, on the three-point shooting. Are you guys doing anything differently, or is it just practice? Or
I don't say we're doing anything different. It's just we're staying at it, just continually getting up shots. I'm still getting up shots. Caleb's still getting up shots. And at some point it's going to click. And, you know, today I think was one of those days where it clicked.
Jazz, how do you explain shooting 56% from the floor, 46% from three? Seems like you were just getting as a team, getting every bucket that you guys wanted.
We were just shooting good shots. We were really playing as a team. I think we had, 22 assists. So, you know, we were really moving the ball, sharing the ball. And, you know, that when you share the ball, that leads to good things. And, you know, we just made our shots today. So trying to keep that going.
Any more questions for Jazz? Thanks, Jazz.
Thank you.
Questions for Cody?
How nice was it to come in tonight and play the way you did, especially compared to the way you guys played against Boise State last time?
It felt really good, especially knowing that last time we didn't really – I mean, we actually did get up to a pretty decent start at their place. We kind of was just lackadaisical throughout the game, and they came back. They hit a lot of tough shots, and they made big momentum plays. And I think that we were kind of just I wouldn't say chilling, but we just weren't playing our best basketball over there. And it kind of came back to bite us. And I think here we kind of just started off the way we needed to and then figured out a way to get more stops. And I think the biggest thing for us is that we took care of the ball over there. We didn't I think we had more turnovers than we did assists. So I think that was the biggest thing about this game.
And then tonight you have, 22-4 ratio and also only 35 made baskets. So was moving the ball that way, that sort of crisp thing, was that a real point of emphasis?
Of course, especially knowing that we had more turnovers than assists that last game. And, after watching, I mean, we won the game at their place, but it wasn't the way we wanted to win, But at the same time, like when you watch film, there are so many things that we could improve on compared to our last game that we played, the last time we played them. And I think this game we really stepped up and took on that challenge of moving the ball more. And depending on if they were a man in zone, really trying to get in the middle and penetrate. And then basically just take our open shots, and I think that's something that's came along throughout the season as our shot making ability.
Looked like you guys were playing loose and having a lot of fun out there too. Is that the way you guys felt tonight?
Yeah, of course. I mean that's how we got to be every single night. We can't be. It doesn't matter who we play. We can't be uptight. We got to play loose, have fun, and that's that's the only way that you're going to be able to get the job done. If you play too uptight and play tense, it's not. Everyone's playing not to make mistakes, and that's when you do make mistakes. You just got to have fun and kind of just go with the flow of the game and just make sure you stick to the game plan that we have, and everything will work out. I think the biggest thing for us is our preparation, and I think we take our preparation very seriously every single game. Some games we have better than others, but I think this game we still could have played better. But I think obviously a win's a win. So.
Combined 51 points for the Martin brothers. Is there a point in any game where you guys realize it's kind of a Martin show, or is every game just develop differently?
We just play, honestly. I don't really keep track of what I have, stats, stuff like that. I just play, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter kind of like what we do. Whatever we do, it's gonna help our team. At the end of the day, the points and stuff goes to Nevada. It doesn't matter who it is. I think that. The way he's getting to the paint is really helping his shot and really, really helping his game and helping our team, honestly. Him not selling as much and me just playing a little bit looser, just really, really having a lot of confidence within my shot. And I think that really expands out to our teammates too, and just us having fun and just playing with a lot of energy and from start to finish. And I think, it's infectious.
Did that shot against Boise help your confidence with your shot? It seems like since then you're kind of different offensive player.
I think it had a little bit to do with it, but I think the biggest thing was just me getting reps. It doesn't matter. For me, I just keep getting reps no matter if I'm shooting the ball well, if I'm shooting the ball bad. I just really just try to stay in the gym and get my shot right. I think that shot did help in terms of confidence-wise. In game, but I think the biggest thing is just having the confidence just to take them. It doesn't whether it was that shot or just the reps I've been getting up. You just have to take those shots and really have confidence within yourself and know that you got the reps up all the way from the summertime till now. And I know that it's paying off and stuff because maybe it wasn't falling when I really wanted it to earlier or throughout the season, but better late than never. So I'm gonna just keep shooting, and my teammates keep telling me to shoot. Coaches keep telling me to shoot, no matter what the percentage is, and just know that I put in the reps. So I'm gonna have confidence within myself.
Speaking of keep shooting, what's it like to see Trey Porter with the dream, the three?
I knew he was gonna knock one down sooner or later. I think for him, I mean, he gets up the reps too. I think that people people don't really see him get up those reps, the 3-ball reps, and he does. I see him in the gym every time, and he can actually really, really shoot the ball. I bet if he got more of those up, he'd probably make more, to be honest with you. But I think the big thing for him is that, he's a guy that really stays within his game and knows what he's really, really good at, and knows that when he's on the block, nobody can stop him. So I think his aggressiveness and him not settling is what makes him who he is, and that's why he's so dominant. But it is awesome to see that. It's something different instead of him dunking on everybody.
Any more questions for Cody?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Questions for Caleb?
How does it feel just to come out and play the way you guys did tonight?
Feels really good. We kind of got to redeem ourselves, against a good group of Boise State guys and a really good staff that they got over there. So, it felt good to play, to the capability that we know we were able to play at.
Seems like you guys, the way you handle this zone now is just attack it. Get in there and force things. Did that take a few games to kind of get that confidence to do that?
Yeah, just kind of adjusting and just kind of getting into a mode where you're not settling. You can't really, you can't fight the facts or the stats that the coaches bring up to us. We're so much more efficient whenever we get the ball to the paint, whether it's get the ball to the paint and then get to a 3-pointer on a kick out, or just getting to the paint and getting a lob or getting an N1 or just getting a foul and get to the free throw line. So you can't fight the stats on that. They provide those every game, every practice, every half, every timeout. So they're keeping the pressure on us to get, they're giving us challenges to get to the paint, and so we're trying to accept the challenge.
Coach says your goal is to get 30 touches in the paint now.
Mm-hmm.
When did that become a goal, and I guess how has that changed your season kind of offensively?
I think it started the game before last game, maybe. I think it was last game. I think last game I started the 30 touches, and the last game I got 27, 26, 27, something like that. So I'm, trying to make, and tonight I think I got 31. So I'm just trying to make a conscious effort and trying to get to the paint, whether it's offensive rebound, drive and kick, try to get a layup, or, whatever I can, just any way I can get to the paint. And it's really helping me out a lot because I'm kind of working my way inside out. And it's helping me not rely on the 3 as much. And then, whenever I start attacking guys to give me a little bit more space, and then that's when I have the opportunity to shoot the 3-ball comfortably.
Seems like Cody's been a little bit more aggressive offensively maybe the last 5 or 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
Are you seeing that? And what do you think the reason behind that is? He likes to pass, but if he gets up 10 to 12 shots, he's usually pretty effective.
Yeah, I tell him that all the time. You can't go through a whole game and shoot 7 times, like 6 times. He's too good of a scorer, and he's too much of a offensive threat to be taking, less than 10 shots probably a game. He's one of those players, he doesn't want to force it, so if he feels like he only has 7 clean opportunities to shoot the ball, he'll be fine in doing that, and then just try to assist the whole time. But sometimes you gotta not force, but you gotta figure out a way to get your shot, which he can do. He's really good at creating space and getting downhill and getting to the rack. So I think it's one of those things, like, he's just not settling, and he's starting to see that we're all, as a team, we're a lot better whenever he's aggressive. So he's doing us a favor by shooting more shots, honestly.
I think one of the great things about last year's team is that you guys had, as Coach said, spurt ability, where you would just go on these runs, and it seems like the last couple games you guys are kind of incorporating that into your game. And when you're going on those runs, how do you feel the other team reacting, and why do you feel like you guys have been able to make these quick spurts a little bit more, last few games?
I don't know what it is. I think we're just coming together nicely, and I think a lot of it has to do with the paint touches, to be honest with you. Like, we're getting a lot more people involved. We're making the defense move a little bit more rather than just settling for threes and kind of letting, guys off easy. And that's kind of how you go on those spurts, because, you get to a lane, you get a lob, that's momentum. You get to a lane, kick it to Jazz, he hits a three, that's momentum. And then it's just like a snowball effect. And then now guys, and then when you're on the defensive end and that's happening and stuff like that's happening, it's not just like somebody's getting a layup. It's like guys are getting lobs, guys are getting threes, guys are getting and ones, JC's getting and ones. And when you're seeing that and it's happened possession after possession after possession, then you're kind of like, you get kind of wide-eyed. You're like, all right, you can start to see like it's like a snowball effect. It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And you're just kind of like, oh, like you kind of don't know how to stop it. So then, and then we kind of catch that vibe on the offensive end, and then, I mean, you just keep going at it, just because you can kind of feel it. And trust me, I've been on the other side of that too before. Where last year, San Diego State in the tournament, it's like whenever you're on that end of it, it's kind of you kind of don't know what to do. Then you start acting uncharacteristic, shooting shots you don't usually shoot. Shooting quick shots, and then that's how we get offensive rebounds, and we're out to the other end.
You guys are up big with 2 minutes to go, and Cody dives for a ball, and Trayshawn dives for a ball. You play 40 minutes in a 20-point margin. You guys don't really. There's like no giving up minutes at the end of the game with this team. What do you feel like that is?
I mean, it's just. It's just kind of a. I mean, that's just. I mean, you don't want anybody to hang around. I mean, you want to kind of step on. You kind of want to step on people's neck, and it's just one of those things like I mean, if you're going to be a top 10 team, you want to play like one. Your margin, your point margin's got to be, pretty decent, and you kind of want to give a no mercy, mentality towards the other team and other people who's watching. You don't want to just be like, oh, we're up 15, so we'll put other people in, and maybe they'll cut the lead to 8, but we won by 8. If you want to win, you can win by 20, then go win by 20. It's not anything disrespectful, but I know if anybody could win against 20 against us, they would. So.
You feel like you're playing your best basketball that you've ever played? I mean, it seems like the offensive efficiency is now back paired with your best defensive play during your tenure in Nevada.
Yeah, I think I'm getting there, to be honest with you. I think I'm, showing a more of all-around game, and these guys are helping me out. I can throw the ball up there towards the top of the backboard, and they'll go get it. So, and then, just me trying to still get better at defense and trying to defend at a high level, which I'm doing that a lot better this year. And then I really think the goal with the 30 touches in the paint has really helped me a lot. It's kind of put a not settling mentality on me. So then I'm in kind of attack mode. I'm looking at people's feet and trying to get, working on getting by them. And because I know I can get by people, but sometimes I just settle. And then so now this goal I have is really forcing me to, to go get contact, seek contact, go get towards the rim. Just not settling, so it's making me more of a complete player for sure.
How many touches would you say you were getting in the paint, like maybe the first 10, 15 games this year? If 30 is the goal now.
Man, if I had to guess, maybe like 12, if that. To be honest with you, yeah, if that, maybe it might be less. To be honest, because I can feel a difference while I'm playing. It's just I can see myself, even if I'm not shooting the ball when I get to the paint, just kicking it from where I'm passing. And guys are hitting shots. I'm not passing it from the 3-point line. I'm passing it from from the free throw line, or like getting to the box and then kicking out, or I'm just getting deeper and deeper into the lane, and so it's helping me out a lot and it's getting guys open, because usually when I have the ball, guys they kind of load up towards the ball, and I'm getting those guys are just that much more open.
Any more questions? Thanks.
Thank you.